What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as stellar lumens to Bitcoin. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, which is right around the corner. We're about to hit 4,900. I'm doing a giveaway for some Crypto TV merch. I'll explain in a later video. Otherwise, let's just jump into today's episode. So we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting pattern that I noticed within Litecoin and potentially Bitcoin, as well as discuss the current overall coin market cap in a more macroeconomic standpoint. And then we'll obviously dive more into this in a more micro, looking at the technical analysis, more of the price movement, and so on and so forth. So let's just jump into that right now. I'm currently on the CoinMarketCap or coinmarketcap.com. Really good website. Definitely recommend using that. As you guys can see, current market cap is 209 billion. 24-hour volume is 15.7 billion, and Bitcoin dominance of 52.7%. So what's very interesting to me is this morning when I looked at the current market cap, I saw that we were at like 207 billion, which is interesting because right now we're about to hit 210 billion. So it seems like the price is going up, but we were going down this morning. So it's very interesting because the market is still down, but it seems like we have consolidated some and kind of retraced back. So I guess that kind of makes sense. The 24-hour volume is 15.7. So we are seeing a little more volume than we did last night and yesterday. And the Bitcoin dominance is slightly increasing. So that means that, again, more of the altcoins are being affected rather than Bitcoin. And to confirm that, as you guys can see, Bitcoin is only down 3%, and all the other coins, for the most part, are down like 4, 5, 6, 7%. Things are definitely taking a hit. Steam now down 10%, which is interesting because we just saw that run right here. So the market is definitely all red. So there is blood in the water, but it's definitely a needed correction. And I do want to show you guys on the technical analysis standpoint on Litecoin and Bitcoin what I found out and what I thought I'd tell you guys. But Bitcoin is at $6,400, down 3%. Ethereum at $215, down 6%. XRP at 49 cents now, down 3%. Stellar at 24 cents, down 6%. And then Litecoin, taking the least hit for the most part, besides Tether, is only down 1.4% at 57.38. I did see us decline like to $54, $53, but we're back up to 57, and I will talk about that just this moment. So to move on, I am back onto Litecoin. So a lot of stuff I want to talk about with Litecoin, and hopefully you guys saw that within the title. So I did have lines on yesterday's chart and yesterday's graph that kind of said some other things. I had a line that I'll draw right now. As you guys can see, I had it like this. I'm not going to leave it there, but I had a line drawn like this. And we broke bearish from that, as you guys can see, and we fell. We fell right to that high-low MMA. You can see right here, we used support, and then we shot up again, and then broke through that, unfortunately. And when I saw us break through that, I was like, this is interesting. Where is the price actually going to go? And then I was looking at the charts, and I was like, there does seem to be some sort of other uptrend that's more sustainable that I didn't notice in the beginning that I kind of notice now. And I noticed from the start of the higher lows that we were making, we obviously started at 47, retraced to 50. You can see then we have 52, we have 53, and then we have $54, $55 right here. So I just started to connect it. I did 1 to 2, and then I saw that the third one actually tested right here. And if I zoom in, we're on the 4-hour right now. You can see we actually did make contact with that price. Originally this morning when I drew this line, we were not this low, but I guess as time continued and the day went on, we actually did retrace down to $54. So this does seem to be the new support that I didn't necessarily see in the past couple of videos. So that's kind of what I wanted to point out to you guys on Litecoin, that we are setting higher lows. So that does look very nice. Obviously, you can see this at some point does inevitably break the high-low MMA. So if this line holds true and we hold support quite well, which it does seem like it is, we should potentially blast, back to $63 easily. And I'm actually going to extend the 4-hour line so we can get a better overall view. Just as such. Hold on. Just like that. Okay. So as you guys can see, when we potentially break 63, will be around October 11th. So definitely a couple of days, you know, a week or two, but you know, we could potentially break through that much quicker. Obviously, this is the line of support that I'm going to start using for the next couple of videos, and it would definitely be smart for you guys to draw this on too. We definitely blast right through 55. We blast right through the high-low middle moving average, so we should see this green band kind of correct, and we should see both of these start to move up. So it's definitely a good sign. This is a much nicer support level, and I do think we're going to channel in between here on the ascending triangle, and if we make a fourth touch, potentially a fifth touch, we should break through 63 fairly easily into the mid-October region. One thing to note is we were testing that overbought region on the relative strength index on the 4-hour scale. That is why we pulled back down. We could have hung out there. We could have entered that overbought area, and then I would have been 100% sure we would pull back. But, you know, when we're over, I'd like to say 60, it's definitely nearing the fact that we will see some sort of retracement in the price, which we did, and we are currently at 50, so I do think we have plenty of potential to move upwards. I think our best bet as of right now is to consolidate and trade sideways and just meet the current support and then try to move up higher, you know, and I think we'll be way over $60, $62 within the next couple of days, in my opinion. Now looking at the daily, wow, that is beautiful. So as you guys can see on the daily aspect of things, we do have a for sure support right here. Obviously on the daily, we could probably just move this up, you know, something like that. I'm going to fix this at the end, but we definitely do have a nice support right there. I'll fix that on the 4-hour later, but it does hold very true. And you can see this line is definitely acting as some sort of support. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. You can see when we touched this right here on the daily, we retraced up an extraordinary amount. We were at 47, retraced all the way back to 51. We then tested $50, retraced all the way back to 54, and you can see we retraced again. Once we touched here, we shot right back up. So this is definitely a very, very, very strong support level, in my opinion, for Litecoin. So I do think things are looking very, very, very good, and I do think we could potentially hold this and blast off all the way till the high-low MMA on the daily at around 70-something dollars, around, I'd say 74, and if we're able to break through that, the biggest resistance is going to be around $82, $80 for sure. Moving on to Bitcoin. Very interesting. Obviously, we know that Bitcoin is getting affected more than Litecoin, which is a first. But things do look good. I think this is the last day of negative downtrend, and I'll explain why in 1 second. Hopefully you guys have picked up on this beforehand. Just to leave that line not necessary at the moment. You can see on the 4-hour we are pretty much bottomed out, about to be oversold. So things are definitely trading sideways, as you can see, and we should start to correct. I'm very shocked that on the 4-hour for Bitcoin we broke below the high-low middle moving average, but on Litecoin you can see we're back above it. Or hold on, let me bring that to the 4-hour. You can see we are back above that high-low MMA, which is very nice. As you guys can see, we are finally above it. So things are definitely looking good, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. I do think we're going to head back up and retrace to around $6,500 fairly soon. I think we are very, very, very low. And we are setting, again, higher lows on all of these charts. And I do think very soon we will complete the Elliott wave. We will test E. What I noticed though is, like I mentioned it in a few videos ago, that we were fairly short from the symmetrical triangle. We were not near the end of it. So it was interesting to see that we shot up fairly quick. It was kind of shocking to me because I was anticipating more of a sideways trade back into the bottom of here. So to move E to around like here is not something I would throw away yet. I could definitely see a more of a $6,700 Bitcoin. I can see us moving it more, because this kind of completes the Elliott wave. This completes that symmetrical triangle. Instead of breaking out right at E up at the top here at like 7,000, it just kind of skyrocketed up, and we had so much more left in that triangle. I was quite taken back. But things do look good. I do think we're going to trade sideways a little bit more, and I do think we're going to retrace back up to around 6,500. Moving on to Ethereum. Wow, Ethereum is just getting nailed. It has a downtrend that's been on the market for like 9 months now, and it is taking a brutal beating. It is not, again, able to break above the massive downtrend that is on this coin. But that to me is a very, it raises an alarm in my head, and it tells me that, you know, when this coin breaks this downtrend, it is going to pop. It is going to shoot up so high so quickly that you guys are just, in a blink of an eye, you're going to miss out on it. So I definitely recommend keeping an eye on Ethereum and potentially investing in it, because I know I would myself. It is possible that this could be the bottom. So 176 could definitely be the bottom. And I do think we're headed down there now at this current moment. And I would like to see what happens if we trade sideways. But if we do at any point break this yellow line, we are going to head straight up and retest some of those older highs that we have placed in the past. So definitely keep this on your radar. I would not throw away Ethereum. It is definitely looking to make a move fairly soon. Lastly, Stellar Lumens, which seems to be just taken off right now. I'm only 4 hour right now, and as of this moment, it seems like things are quite nice. You can see how we're having some sort of resistance with our 4 hour high-low middle moving average, trading sideways, and eventually we broke through it. There seems like there's some sort of uptrend. There was one like right here, and then there seems to be one like right there. So it's possible that, actually that looks quite nice in my opinion. You can see how it was using it as a resistance, then broke above and is using it as a support. So that is quite interesting. As for the relative strength index being at 50, we could go much higher fairly quick. There seems to be some sort of resistance up over here. So, you know, for us to retest that and fall back down to support is looking like the plan. But things are definitely looking nice. There's some sort of channel that this coin is making, you know, something like that, something like that. There's, yeah, more like this. There seems to be some sort of channel. So we're going to see whether or not it can stay above here, or if it's going to break back down and trade in here. But that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, giveaway at 5K, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.